Hi, this is Rick Eckert, 2011 World of Outlaw Dirt Late Model Champion. You're watching Pit Pass on WHVL.
I can remember watching Rick Eckert tearing up the late model division at Bedford Speedway in the early 90s. Now he is a driver on the World of Outlaw Tour. Saturday he participated in the Firecracker 100 at Lernerville Speedway.
The evening started with 5 heat races. Then, with over 50 cars on hand, they had to run 2 B-mains in order to determine the last 4 drivers of the Firecracker 100. Before we get to the highlights of the Firecracker 100, the non-qualifiers had their own special feature, the Uncle Sam 30. Jamie Latham in the white number 6 led the field to the green of the $3,000 to win event. The 72 of John Mason would slip into second as they go through the first turns. After a lap 2 restart, we have a 4-car battle for the 3rd spot. The 99 of Boom Briggs appears to have the position, but the black 14 of Morgan Bagley shoots by on the outside to take the spot, which Briggs would quickly regain on the same lap. A caution on lap 10 bunches the field. Bagley is now up to 3rd and beside the other 14 car of Corey Conley. As they go into 1, Bagley takes over first, while Latham ties up traffic on the low side. Briggs makes contact with Conley, stacking up the field and bringing out another yellow. Back under green, Dan Swartzlander in the 3 has moved up to 4th place ahead of Briggs. The contact through the turn sends him spinning and ending his top 5 run. On a restart with 5 laps to go, Latham tries to regain the lead as he works the inside of Bagley. He closes on the 14 machine going into 3, while Briggs tries the high side. Briggs powers by Latham and into 2nd. Even a restart with 3 to go could not help Briggs as Morgan Bagley holds him off to win this year's Uncle Sam 30. So winning the Uncle Sam 30 was a bit of a consolation for not making the 100?
Yeah, it's definitely nice. You know, of course we don't want to be in the last chance race. You know, we'd rather be in the big show, but it's a long haul from Texas, and that's, you know, really nice or good for the sport, for the Outlaws and Lernerville and everybody to put on a race like that. So it makes a guy like me that pulls all the way up here and has some bad luck and just can't get going until the end of the weekend to, you know, have something to look forward to, so he ain't got to go home empty-handed.
Now, you took the lead in around the 10th lap, and you were able to hold it even though there was a competition going on for 2nd place behind you.
Yeah, I figured, I mean, I kind of didn't know what the track was going to do. Like I said, it's our first time to be here, but I knew that the bottom was kind of dominant, and if I could just kind of stay wide there, I felt like I'd been able to keep the lead. So I just kind of tried to listen around me, and I think we were better on green flag runs. I know we had a lot of restarts there, so I just tried to make cars as wide as I could to give me a little cushion there. But other than that, the car's getting better as we mess with it throughout the week.
Here's your top 5. Morgan Bagley holds off Boom Briggs for the win. Corey Conley, John Mason, and John Lobb complete the leaderboard.
Lernerville Speedway, here come the World of Outlaws
Now on to Saturday's Firecracker 100. Chubb Frank drew the pole position to the delight of the crowd. But at the drop of the green, it's the teenager Tyler Reddick in the black number 11 working the top side. Between he and Frank is the ominous black 0 of Scott Bloomquist. They are 3 wide as they are about to exit 4. Bloomquist slips in front of Frank and sets his sights on the lead. He hugs the bottom in turn 1, then drifts high off of turn 2 while holding off Reddick. Early in the race, the 25 of Shane Clanton appeared to have the strongest car as he sliced his way through the field. Here he takes a spot from Bub McCall. By lap 14, Bloomer has a comfortable lead, while Clanton is now 2nd, followed by Reddick and Frank. About 20 laps in, Bloomquist is negotiating traffic and Clanton begins to close on the lead. Jimmy Mars was the defending champion of this race and only 2-time winner of the event, but he was never a threat and finished 20th. One driver to watch was the black 29 of Darrell Lanigan. Here he gains 2 positions with a daring move between McCool and Tim McCready. Another driver with a great run on the night was local favorite Jared Miley in the H1. He just barely transferred through his B main. He runs the cushion and a little off the racing surface while challenging Rick Eckert in the 24. He started 23rd on the grid but would finish 8th. By lap 60, Lanigan had displaced Clanton for 2nd and slowly closed on Bloomquist. With 2 laps to go, it appeared Lanigan had enough to challenge for the lead, but he loses control on the cushion. Scott Bloomquist held on to pick up his 2nd Firecracker 100 trophy.
Congratulations, Scott. You now join Jimmy Mars as a winner of the Firecracker twice. Looks like your car worked high, low, and in lap traffic.
Yeah, I mean, the car fired unbelievable, and just took off, and I was real excited. I just thought, late in the race, it felt like the tires might have given up a little bit, and, we were having a little trouble even with lap traffic, and had some anxious moments, and I guess Darrell was charging pretty hard and really working the top hard, and but there's such a thin line up there. When you're leading the race, you don't want to push your luck up there, and I guess he ended up jumping the cushion, but we just stayed on the racetrack all night, and again, the car fired up great, and the engine ran smooth. Our Roush 8 stuff has been just awesome for us, and Hoosier Tires, Hawkeye Trucking, all our good sponsors, make a big difference.
Looks like the track was pretty much like it was last year when you ran second to Jimmy. You like those kind of tracks?
Yeah, and I think it was actually slicker this year. That was probably the slickest racetrack I've ever been on. And there's a couple other drivers have commented the same thing. And then it had some rough stuff and some ripples, in 1 and 2. If you got off the very bottom, there was a lot of chop and chatter, and it just shook the tires, and it was hard to stay smooth and run that line. And we moved all over the racetrack. I never did try high in 1 and 2, but we did use the exit of 4 up high, and I felt that was good for a while, and then it finally wore out. So that's what makes dirt racing so great, is just what's working right now is not going to be there probably later, and you have to have a versatile driving style and a very versatile race car, and you got to really pay attention, keep your eyes open, and we got the lap traffic. I could gauge off of lap traffic which line was better, and it's hard to when you're in the lead. Sometimes running second's a good thing, but I prefer leading.
Jan caught up with the second place finisher, Darrell Lanigan.
So Darrell, you started in the 7th position, and it took you about 56 laps till you came into 3rd position.
Yeah, we was racing pretty hard back there for like 4th, 5th, and 6th, and finally got them guys cleared and had a good restart there and jumped into 2nd there, and just come up short there at the end. I mean, we had a car that was going to be, I think could have got it done. We just jumped that cushion like 2 to go, and then ran 2nd.
Do you think that bobbling there in lap 98 cost you the race?
Oh, I know it did. Like I said, we wouldn't have bobbled. We'd been fine. I mean, the car was good enough to win the race. It just jumped that cushion there, and it kind of hurt us.
So it's Scott Bloomquist picking up the $30,000 winner's check. He was followed by Darrell Lanigan, Tim McCready, Shane Clanton, and Dale McDowell.
I think Darrell Lanigan was a bit disappointed because he thought he had a chance at the win.
Congratulations again to Scott Bloomquist on his second win in the Firecracker 100. Coming up next, it's the rebirth of Bradford Speedway. Pit Pass returns right after this.
When you think golf carts, think Jake's Custom Golf Carts. With over 300 stock and lifted carts at their shop, you'll find the cart you need or have Jake's build one to your specs. Custom airbrushing, lift kits, sport shifters, rear seats. You name it, with the expertise and craftsmanship people have come to expect from Jake's. Come see for yourself why Jake's is the nation's premier golf cart provider. Jake's Golf Carts, Route 522 McVeigh Town. Online at jakesgolfcarts.com.